Morning everybody. Today bringing you a Vladivostok game. Interesting enough, you'll see who's in the division with me and Louise. It's none other than Fragmentation. So Frag is a Twitch streamer that I started following a long while ago. He is infamous for being one of the two players that managed to actually grind to Puerto Rico without spending crazy money. He is a Mexican streamer, and my good friend Luis is obviously Mexican as well. You've heard his accent when we've had Discord play while we play. Anyways, how did this come about? So yesterday, well, let me start at the beginning. My Twitch schedule is something like this. I'm not a big fan of the big streamers. Some of them are a bit toxic, some of them are, I don't know, just not for me. And that's why Twitch is so great. There's somebody for everybody to follow. Now in the mornings, especially if I have reports to compile or large spreadsheets to deal with, and I'm talking about 8 to 10 data sources that I have to sit and sort out, etc. I put on Andy the Cupid Stunt, so in other words, Andy the stupid cunt. He streams more during the morning to the afternoon, and I quite enjoy him. It's a newish streamer, introduced by TC Freer. Then in the afternoons, my Mexican man, Fragmentation, comes on, and I watch him until about 9 p.m. Our time. So I introduced Luis to Frag, and I said, "Hey, Luis, do you know there's a Mexican World of Warships streamer?" And he couldn't believe it. And the other day I checked, and Luis had fully subscribed to the channel, etc. And that's a motorbike going in the background. Good heavens. Anyway, and yesterday I was looking at Fragmentation, looking at his stream, and I saw he had like 0 doubloons, and I've been picked up for a while that he, the 0 doubloon thing. I know I had a bit of shit news the last week. I own a 4-year-old Ford Ranger 4x4, and the gearbox needs to be rebuilt. And in South African money, that's about 14 to 15,000 rand. In American money, that's about $1,000. So it's a lot of money for me, but it's also not the end of the world. And I've always been a true believer in that. If you're down, don't take, give. So log on to World of Warships. Type on the stream, "Hey Frag, accept your gift." And I gave him 2,500 doubloons. It's not a lot, but that allows about, I think, 100 modules at 25 doubloons per module to be demounted and moved. And then was chatting and said he used all of his economic flags, etc., to grind the YOLO Emilio. And then I thought, what, be a nice person. Gifted him a flag pack, and he was like super, super grateful. He's a really, really good, wholesome streamer. Anyway, I didn't think much of it, and I'm playing with Minnow and the guys in our clan, and then about an hour or two later, Louise pops on and says to me, "Hey, do you want to play with Frag?" I'm like, "Wait, what?" And Louise kills the enemy Shiratsu there. I take blind shots at this Mars. I kill the Mars. Anyway, back to the story, as it's now just me and a Musashi against my most disliked Tier 9 battleship ever, the Freddy the Groza. Anyway, so back to the story. So Luis says, "Yeah, sure. I've played with him now a couple of times, and do you want to play?" And I'm like, "Yeah, sure." A little bit starstruck here. And we hopped on his Discord. Luis created the div, and boom, next moment we're playing with Fragmentation live on Twitch. Oh man, and is he as funny off the air as he is on the air. Absolutely great guy. Absolutely fantastic person. So he's been playing as Kansas a bit to get to know it. So Louise grabbed the kid, I grabbed the Vladivostok. I went to this flank here, a couple of ships here. We just lost our DD on the side, but I managed to kill Mars as well. And as everybody knows, I absolutely love my Vladivostok. Now this Freddy de Groza is not even... He's put his secondaries on me, so he's got manual secondaries. But they'll start the odd fire, but it's not something I'm going to worry about. He's focusing on the Musashi behind me, and that's a little bit squishier. I'm not sure why this Musashi is angling the way he was doing there. But yeah. The Freddy isn't giving me enough broadside to really hit him in the hull. Those that hit on the hull ricochet, but substructure can hurt him. Luis is in his kid. He's cross-firing and setting as many fires as possible on the Freddy, and the Musashi there knocked him hard as well.
The ship is on fire.
My biggest concern there is that turrets on the left side. Oh, another thing that happened during this match. Frag set off, you'll see he's down there in 3-9. Oh, yeah. No, C9, sorry, my apologies. C9. And he was going on to the other side, and then a Amazon package arrived. And he was like, oh shit, guys, sorry, I'll be back in a second. I gotta go and sign for an Amazon package. Now they've already managed to kill the the Musashi here. That's very unsporting. Luckily our Lexington, who's been very, very good CV player, and you'll see later why, he manages to take out the Freddy there that was hiding behind the island. So there's only an anchorage up here, and I'm firing across. The fragmentations come back to the match. He is moving his anchorage into C, while I'm trying to take A here. And I've only got an anchorage to deal with. Anchorage is going to be a real pain in my ass. I'm taking pot shots at this turpets. Turpet secondaries, of course, can be very unpleasant to Luis in his kid. Luis manages to score another kill there. So we've killed all their DDs. We have 2 DDs left, Benham and Kid. No team has secured any caps, and we've got C, but it's not completely turned. They're contesting C. B isn't ticking because they're contesting B, and of course I'm up here at A. So time to move forward. Time to try and actually capture this bloody cap point. And the turret moves behind an island, and I can't get any shots on him. And my arms on the Vostok is a little bit short. Ooh, and that turret takes a big hit there. And anyway, as I was saying, so yeah. The nicest streamer you can meet, the most humble guy, and really a lot of fun. Oh, we unfortunately lose a Riga to the turrets there. And I managed to kill the turrets there. That's my second kill of the game. Oof, and he lands shells on me in his deathly throws and resets the cap. So as I said, the streamers I follow in the morning, Andy the stupid cunt, kind of enjoying his stream. It's a little bit smaller, a little bit more low key, but I really enjoy it as this anchorage comes out. But he's angling because he knows at this sort of range I can absolutely wreck him. And there's the Citadel, and half of his health is gone. Unfortunately, he landed a couple of shells and he reset it. Yeah, then in the afternoons, I watch Fragmentation, and then on weekends, I watch TC Freer. I really enjoy TC's streams as well. He is a phenomenal streamer, and the most humble and friendly guy ever. Same with Andy, same with Fragmentation. And I'm about to eat a torpedo here. Oof, 2 torpedoes from that anchorage. Still alive, unfortunately bloody reset the cap again. So at this point that I decide, yeah, you know what, I'm going to disengage. We need the cap. We've turned B and C is now full ticking for us. We need A. The Lexington here, MVP. He has been supporting me alone on this flank with his anchorage. And you can't think that an anchorage can be such an annoying thing. But that boat is a good boat. It just gets up-tiered way too much. Disable his turret. Unfortunately, he hits me. Doesn't do any damage. Resets the cap from 12 seconds to 50 seconds again. Now, I knew that was going to happen, but it was a calculated move as I move behind this island here and I turn away. See, the anchorage needs to get way too close to me to do real damage. And it's way too fragile. You know, he's not going to get this close to a Vladivostok. Vostok, obviously tier 8. Getting distracted. Vostok, tier 8, Russian battleship. Phenomenal ship. I absolutely adore this ship. It is so good. Saving credits at the moment to rebuy the Soyuz. Then I'll pretty much have the entire line from Izmail, Sinop, Vladivostok, Soyuz, Kremlin, and Slava. Well, Slava is an aligned ship. Literally all I need then is the Lenin, which is the Nelson / Izumo of the line with the 3 turrets at front. And they're short-armed, very, very highly armored ships. Anyway, getting back to the conversation, I've turned the cap. Anchorage is now literally a non-player, for lack of a better term. Yeah, you can maybe set a fire, but I've kept most of my damage controls. And as one of the shitty things about the Russian battleships, you get that limited damage controls, except Slava. Slava doesn't have that. And I've kept most of them. So we're 5-4. Whoops. We're now 4-4, but we have the caps. We've got enough cap points. Now I did a tactical beaching there, an aka Notzer, as the guys compliment Luis and his kid for his gameplay, calling him the MVP. And we all know Luis is very good at this. Oh, excuse me. So the anchorage, I bounced one shell off him. Can you believe it? But it looks like the Lexington will get him with a rocket strike there. And I actually typed in chat, hey Lex, thanks for the help. That anchorage was a real pain in my ass. So they're trying to turn A, apologies, they're trying to turn C while I'm moving from A here. And it's a Georgia and a Roma, and then they've got a Graf Zeppelin Black. Now, literally while we 4-for-3, we are leading the cap points. Luis kills the Graf Zeppelin Black. There is just the Georgia and the Roma versus myself, the Lexington. I think it's Benham and a Kid. Ooh. Graf Zeppelin Black gets a flesh wound and he kills Louise and the Kid. Bummer. So, literally what I gotta do now is they're gonna try and cap B. As you can see, they're moving through the islands. I've just got to do a bit of a delaying action here. I don't have the world's greatest health, but I have great armor, even though the Georgia is a tier up and has very big guns. Fire a salvo at the Georgia. I need them to start pointing the bows to me. Disable a gun, get about 6,000 damage. Georgia isn't a fool though. He's shooting HE at me. And you'll see. right about here on stream, we were starting to chuckle. Because you see that Roma, the one with the beer can. Well, it's not actually the full beer can camo. Georgia is shooting HE at me, and it looks like he has Halsey. He's got colored shell tracers, so it's either Halsey or it's one of the Alexander Ovchenkin commanders. So instead of charging in, all I'm doing now is pointing my bow at them. Lexington is doing torpedo runs where he can. And I did type earlier, thank you for the help with that anchorage. It was a real pain in my ass. Oh, and I get a bunch of shatters, but I get 2 cap reset ribbons there. So now it's just pointing the bow to them. These secondaries will slowly eat me down for like 200 health points per shot. The Roma, well, the Roma didn't... Yeah, let's just say the Roma was a 200 IQ player. Yeah, as I disable his turret and take 5k off in there. And as you can see, a lot of the shells just bouncing, like doing no damage there. I saved my damage control parties, so I can burn them now in my last few throws here. And this Roma is shooting AP at me every time, and the AP is just bouncing. No, you don't shoot AP at a front line. 12,000 damage off the Roma as he continues firing AP at my bow. And there's another salvo incoming, and it's literally just bouncing. I know I am dead here. I'm literally just trying to delay them. And there's the Georgia's HE. So we've got a Benham and a CV left. They've got a Georgia and a Roma. And yeah, the enemy team commenting on the tanking ability from the Vladivostok. It's ridiculous. In that last little bit there, I went from 1.7 million potential tanked to 2.7 million potential tanked. It was insane. Yeah, so I typed there, yeah, no, steel is covered in Siberian snow. That's why the shells bounce off. And the CV is doing his best to try and torpedo, cause floods, and basically delay. But we have over 800 cap points. They've got 200. And you'll notice our Benham, our other DD, he was really... I don't want to... I want to compliment him because usually at the sort of end of the game, some players would just YOLO, try and get as much damage as possible. Not this guy. Not this guy. He sneakily snuck in as they turned B. They went out to B into A that I'd fought so hard for. And he's just parking here behind an island. He's just like, sorry guys, you're not taking this cap. This cap belongs to us. So we're at like 870 points to their 230. And as they're capping A, we're just capping B back. Now they're probably seeing the CV. I was following the Benham here. There's 987 cap points. Benham turns B again, denying them the additional 3 points that they were getting. And there the match ends. As you can see, only 103,000 damage, but I got 2 kills, tanked 2.7 million potential. Louise first, me second, Frag fifth. Fragmentation, if you're watching this video, thank you for bringing us on stream. Thank you for allowing us to play with you. I had an absolute blast, and I will join you anytime soon. Ladies and gentlemen, have a fantastic day further. We'll speak soon. Take care. Cheers.